Hey everybody, Wendy Devereaux here. Welcome to my channel. If you would like to see how I made this piece of wall art, then please keep watching. So I pulled out a bunch of paints that I have opened already and I want to use those up. So I'm just giving you a bird's eye view of the items that I think I might be using today. I will leave a complete list of everything that I end up using in my description box below, and I will point it out as I'm using it. So yeah, you guys, let's get started. So I have three 14-inch by 14-inch canvases, and two of them I'm going to be doing my striping effect with all of the colors, and then one I'm just going to do a solid color. And I think I'm going to start with my solid color first. For the solid, I'm going to be using Fawn DecoArt as a base coat, and then Champagne Gold DecoArt as my main top coat. Okay, and I've got my Eorta brush here, and I'll leave a link to these brushes in my description box. Okay, and then now I'm going to come up my canvas the way this is going to be hanging. So my brush strokes are going to be going this way. Okay, and now I'm going to put this one aside and let it dry. For the two canvases that I'm going to do my striping effect, I'm going to tape off the edge because my edges, I want them to be a solid color. And I thought it would be easier to have these taped off than trying to cover all the dark colors from my striping effect. And you'll see what I mean here in a minute. Okay, I think I'm going to start with my fawn. I have some coffee latte. Now I have a little bit of rich espresso and then some metallic brown craftsmart, and they're pretty close in color. I'm just making sure that the colors that I do end up using, they're kind of balanced throughout my painting. I have vanilla craftsmart. I want to get some light color in here. I'll leave a link in my description box. I did a video just on my striping technique, just some tips and tricks that I use. This is the Champagne Gold. And this is Zinc DecoArt. Okay, and I have the same paintbrush. I just went ahead and I washed it. Just going to start down here, load up my brush. A little bit more of the light, the vanilla, and some more of the zinc. Ooh, I think I'm happy with that. And then I'm just going to take my tape off right away. Make sure I don't drop it on my painting. Oh, that's going to be really, really pretty. So once this is all dry, then I'm going to come back in and paint the border here and the side in the fawn and the gold, in the champagne gold. So I'm going to do the exact same thing with my other canvas. Okay, the paint is dry on these two canvases, and now I'm going to use my fawn again. Just going to put some on a plate. And I think it'll be easier to use a foam brush. And this is why I thought it would be better to tape this off rather than trying to cover up the zinc color and the darker browns. Okay, now this is where I'm going to see if I pick the proper base coat for my champagne gold. So this is all dry. And now I'm going to put my champagne gold on here. Perfect. If I didn't put this base coat on, I'm not 100% sure, but I may have needed about 3 or 4 coats of the champagne gold. Okay, this is dry. Okay, so the paint is all dry on my canvases, and I ended up putting 2 coats of the champagne gold on. And now what I need to do is put my canvases together. So I'm just going to put this one aside. I'm going to turn these over. And to make sure that they're nice and straight, this distance to here and then this distance to here, they have to be the same. So this is 19 3/4. And this is 19 3/4. Okay, I have some large craft sticks, and I have some E6000. I have my hot glue gun, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to turn this over and keep going. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some hot glue here. Wipe some of this glue off because I want to turn it over and I don't want it to stick to my table. Okay, I'm just going to reinforce it here in the tips. I want to make sure that these two corners here line up with these two corners here. And then I'm going to give it a quick measure. As long as it's close, it doesn't have to be bang on. It's about 10 inches. Six and 3/4, 6 and 3/4. That's 7 inches. That's 7 inches. I'm just going to move it up a little bit. I think that's pretty even. Okay, and I just have a pencil here. I'm just going to make a bit of a mark. So now what I'm going to do is add some E6000 on the inside of those marks. I should be using clear E6000, but I don't have any on me. Okay, so I'm just gonna set this down. Now I'm going to take my hot glue gun and just set it down there. Okay, and then I'm going to do it up here so you can see it. I'm just going to add a little bit hot glue there, a little seam. There. Okay, so now I'm going to frame out my canvas, and I'm using rhinestone ribbon. I get mine from Amazon. I'll leave a link. It isn't self-adhesive. I'm going to have to use some glue. I'm going to use some Tacky Glue. I'm just going to use a little craft brush here. Okay, I'm going to finish putting on my rhinestone ribbon wrap around my canvases, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, so I finished putting on my rhinestone ribbon wrap, and I almost forgot to reinforce the back. So I have my hot glue gun, and I'm going to add a bead of hot glue here, 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 and here. So I'm going to be using my gold crushed filler glass, Ashland brand from Michaels. It just comes in these little jugs here. And I've pulled out some larger pieces because where I've got my E6000, the white, I can see that. And I'm just going to cover it with some of these bigger pieces. And I have Roaring 20s glitter. It's Spin-It brand. I get this from Michaels. Just have it in a little jug here. And I have my extra fine silver Recollections. And I'm going to be adhering everything with my TriArt liquid glass. I just have it in some squeeze bottles here. So there are a few seams where I've joined my ribbon wrap here. So I'm just going to take a small squeeze bottle, add a little bit of my liquid glass, take my extra fine silver, and then that'll camouflage the seam. Okay, now I'm going to add the larger pieces to my corners because if there's any left over, I'd like to put those onto my painting, onto the front. You can do the same on this side. Now I don't want to go straight across my canvas with my crushed glass and glitter because I won't be able to get any peaks down here and up here because of this corner. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up a bit. Come down, up, down, and then up. And I'm not sure yet if I'm going to put any icicles up top on this design. I may just come down. So I'm going to do my icicles on the bottom first. then decide if I want to go up. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. And I have a small foam brush. And come down with some long ones. Go in between with some shorter ones. I'm going to take a small craft brush. Okay, and I'm going to come down gradually here. Do the same thing over on this side. Maybe I'll come up. I'll come up with a little, but not long ones, just short ones. Okay, I think I'm going to like that. Okay, and I'm going to take my big ones. Okay, and I'm going to take my Roaring 20s. Leave some exposed liquid glass to finish off with my extra fine silver. Okay, I'm going to let that dry and I'll bring you back and we'll brush it off. Okay, so this is all dry now and I'm going to brush it off. Okay, and now I'm going to give it a quick vacuum with soft brush on my vacuum cleaner, and then I'll see if I need to do any touch-ups. Okay, everybody, here's the finished look. This turned out beautifully. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love combining gold and silver together. Bring in nice and close here. And I decided to leave those corners just as is. That champagne gold, when you use it, it puts a sparkle throughout the whole painting. See the way that shimmers? I love this painting technique. You never know what you're going to end up with. And I'm glad I started the crushed glass and glitter just up top from the corners. That's perfect. And this rhinestone ribbon wrap for a border, I love this stuff. Give you a bit of a different angle here. I did one a while back hanging it vertically. It was in festive green and gold. I'll leave a link in my description box if you're interested in seeing that one. So yeah, you guys, if you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. It feeds the algorithm and it lets me know that you enjoy this type of video. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and you will be notified when I upload all my future videos. And as always, you guys, I so appreciate you taking the time to watch, and God bless.